95% of your potential customers vanished due to dreadful online experiences. Millions perished just so one man could rule an empire. The Roman Republic, a beacon of sophisticated governance, was no more its slow demise, spanning over 100 years of ceaseless internal strife, beginning roughly 133 years before the Common Era. Its very foundations cracked under the weight of ambition and internal conflict, starting with the dramatic land reforms proposed by the Gracchi brothers, Tiberius and Gaius, who both met violent ends, setting a grim precedent where political discourse turned to daggers, and mob violence replaced reasoned argument. Legions once loyal to the state began pledging allegiance to powerful individual generals like Gaius Marius, a 7-time consul, and Lucius Cornelius Sulla, a brutal dictator who marched on Rome itself twice with his private army, causing immense bloodshed and proscriptions that claimed thousands of lives and seized vast fortunes, further destabilizing the state and weakening the Senate's authority, which had been the backbone of Roman governance for centuries. A new breed of strongmen emerged from these turbulent times. Men like Gnaeus Pompeius Magnus, known as Pompey the Great, and Marcus Licinius Crassus, Rome's wealthiest citizen alongside the immensely popular Gaius Julius Caesar. These three powerful figures formed the first triumvirate, an unofficial political alliance that effectively bypassed the traditional republican institutions, pooling their immense resources and influence to dominate Roman politics for over a decade. Their fragile alliance eventually shattered, leading to another catastrophic civil war between Caesar and Pompey in 49 BCE, with Caesar famously crossing the Rubicon River, a symbolic act of rebellion with just one legion, signaling his defiance of senatorial command. This led to a devastating conflict that spanned multiple provinces from Greece to Egypt, ultimately ending with Pompey's defeat and murder, and Caesar's ascent to unparalleled power as dictator for life. But his reign was cut short by assassination on the Ides of March in 44 BCE by a conspiracy of 60 senators who feared his monarchical ambitions. Another bloody civil war erupted, pitting Caesar's adopted heir Octavian against Mark Antony and other conspirators, eventually leading to the formation of the Second Triumvirate, which systematically eliminated their political rivals through more proscriptions, reportedly killing 300 senators and 2,000 equestrians. Their combined forces decisively defeated the Republican armies at the Battle of Philippi in 42 BCE, marking the final end of Republican resistance. Peace remained elusive, as the two remaining titans, Octavian and Antony, soon turned against each other, culminating in the naval battle of Actium in 31 BCE, where Octavian's forces achieved a decisive victory, sealing Antony's and Cleopatra's fate and leaving Octavian as the undisputed master of the Roman world, transforming the shattered republic into an autocratic empire under his rule, as Augustus marking the end of nearly 500 years of a republican ideal and the beginning of more than 1,000 years of imperial rule, a profound shift born from over 100 years of continuous internal strife, assassinations, and civil wars that saw millions perish, and the very fabric of Roman society irrevocably altered from its foundational principles built on liberty and shared governance to one ruled by a single powerful emperor ruling over a vast domain of millions. One man could command 300,000 soldiers across countless lands. The Roman Empire was born from the wreckage of endless civil wars, with Octavian, now known as Augustus, emerging as its first emperor, ruling for an astounding 41 years from 27, before the Common Era until 14. Common Era. He skillfully created an impression of restoring the old republic, styling himself as Princeps Civitatis, the first citizen while secretly holding absolute power over every military and governmental function. Augustus's reign marked a pivotal moment after more than 100 years of relentless internal conflict. He completely overhauled the Roman army, establishing a permanent professional force that comprised 28 legions numbering around 150,000 trained soldiers, each serving for 20 full years, a massive commitment. Furthermore, he established the Praetorian Guard, a specialized unit of 9 cohorts, consisting of about 9,000 men, primarily responsible for protecting the emperor and Rome itself, a first in Roman history. Administrative reforms were extensive, with numerous provinces shifting to direct imperial control, ensuring greater efficiency and personal oversight from the emperor. This ushered in the legendary Pax Romana, or Roman peace, a remarkable period of relative stability and prosperity that spanned over 200 years across the vast empire. At its peak, the empire covered an immense area of approximately 2 million square miles, governing a population estimated at 60 million people, a staggering number for the ancient world. Significant infrastructure projects were undertaken with thousands of miles of new roads constructed connecting distant territories, facilitating trade and troop movement. Aqueducts supplied clean water to major cities, and countless public buildings were erected enhancing urban centers. Augustus famously boasted that he found Rome a city of brick and left it a city of marble, a testament to his monumental building programs. The tax collection system was also modernized, providing a more consistent and robust revenue stream for the burgeoning state. Cultural, this era blossomed, becoming a golden age for literature, with celebrated poets such as Virgil, Horace, and Ovid producing enduring masterpieces that are still read today. Imperial borders were largely consolidated and secured, focusing on natural defensive lines, rather than aggressive expansion after centuries of constant warfare. The transformation from a nearly 500-year-old republic to an autocratic empire under a single ruler was one of the most profound shifts in human history, influencing law governance and civilization across a vast region. For well over 1,000 years, his death did not plunge Rome back into civil strife, but rather solidified the principle of imperial succession, leading to the Julio-Claudian dynasty. Hundreds of thousands of skilled craftsmen were employed in building projects across 3 continents. Millions of denarii were minted annually to fund state operations and support the vast legions ensuring imperial power. This monumental change from collective governance to a singular authority dictated the course of European history for countless generations. The scale of this individual's power was truly unprecedented, controlling the destiny of millions across a domain stretching thousands of miles. Millions of lives were touched by his decisions for decades.